Bit too sweet. Yeah. Hi guys. How have you been doing? I know it's been a long time since the last time we sat down and talked to each other. Not that I make a lot of videos of myself sitting down and talking to you guys, but here we are. I'm currently at my house in Vietnam. I've been home for almost a year now, and this video is not going to be like any other videos that you see on my channel. If anything, it's still going to feature me, but a more vulnerable, somewhat depressed version of the me that you see in other videos. Not that this video is going to be a sad one. I want people to watch this video and be able to learn from my experience. And if they can relate, or if you can't relate, then it's okay. You're not the only one going through this right now. So I didn't do a lot of preparation in making this video. I would usually have a list of bullet points that I want to say in case I digress or I miss some important points that I want you to know, but today there is no list. The most preparation that I did for this video was probably filming myself making an icy cup of milk coffee, Vietnamese milk coffee, on a rainy day. At first, I didn't want to make this video because it seems too personal, but seeing as I have a channel, a YouTube channel where not a lot of people watch my videos, might as well just put this out there for, you know, just anyone to watch. Anyone can watch, and if they don't want to watch, then cool, you guys can keep scrolling. This is the second time I'm filming this because life keeps happening. No, not life keeps happening, I was just exaggerating. I couldn't find time to film this video, but I have some time now. I'm going to try wrap this up within 20 minutes. I don't want to let it go to 30 minutes because that would just be sad, but let's go. So where do I start? I need coffee, hold on. I'm currently at a point in my life where I have to face responsibilities here in Vietnam, and it scares me. I've always had anxiety. I think it got really bad when the pandemic first broke out. I would have anxiety attacks. I would have panic attacks sometimes twice a week because I was afraid that I caught COVID and that my mom and dad would have to pay everything to save me. But even then, it's still not guaranteed that I would survive. But that was just, you know, the scenario that I kept playing in my head when I had panic attacks. After that, a lot of things happened. My mentality was tested a lot, and at some point, I just wanted to let go of everything and go crazy. But I didn't allow myself to do that because I had this notion in my head that if I did something stupid, I would be wasting my parents' money. And that's the last thing I want to do because they've spent so much, so much on me, even though I still think that I'm not that good of an investment. But I shouldn't refer to myself as an investment in terms of my relationship with my family because they love me so much. I am not an investment. I am my parents' daughter. I recently got into this school in Seattle, but due to circumstances, I will not be attending that school or any other school in the US. I chose to stay here. It feels forced because it doesn't feel like a choice. I have responsibilities that I need to fulfill. I am so indebted to my parents that I don't want to disappoint them. I don't want anything bad to happen to them. So I chose to stay here. But it feels like I didn't have a choice. Does that make sense? I'm not blaming this on anyone. If anything, I'm blaming this on capitalism. That's it. I'm going to be completely honest here. I also blame myself. I am being a little bit too hard on myself because I can't help it. I am trying my best to work on it. I have imposter syndrome, which means that I don't think that I deserve anything that's given to me. That makes me a little bit mad at myself for not being able to pull through high school, or like the pressure that I was enduring when I was over there learning to become a doctor. God, I had big dreams, I had ambitions, but then I thought I found my true calling, so I followed that instead, and my mom was very supportive. Before, when I had the idea of what this video was going to be about, I had a lot to say, and I guess I marinated it for like a week, and now I forget perhaps 80% of what I was going to say. But if I have to put it in one sentence, it is that I am disappointed, scared, anxious, and I need coffee. Prior to making this video, I did not want to let myself contemplate about the life choices that had led me to where I am today, because I was scared to reflect on my own actions. I don't know what's the point of this video other than an outlet for me to express my thoughts and emotions on my current situation. I've always thought that I travel the world, I work in New York, London. In a way, it's the American dream that I fed to myself when I was younger, when I was watching The Devil Wears Prada and movies like that. It's a very far-fetched dream. Not that it's not possible, by the way. I always try to be as positive as possible despite being really, really sad on the inside. I try to tell myself and everyone around me that everything's gonna be okay in the end, that it can't be worse than worst. When you go down, the only way is up, right? That's a cliche saying that I say to myself a lot of times to make sure that I don't stay in bed all day. But this past week, it's just been really hard. I find it really hard for me to say those things to myself again. Don't despair, my dear viewers. There is always a silver lining if you look hard enough. And for me right now, it is to attend international colleges here, international universities here, to get a scholarship and go to another country to either keep studying or work. It's not that I don't like being here. It's that once I got to study at another country, especially in a country where English is their primary language, in a way I found myself there. I found my true calling there. I made wonderful friends who helped me through a lot. My life was enriched by the lessons I've learned from so many people around me. My life was so different from the one I had back here for 16 years of my life that I just didn't want to let go of it. And for a really long time, I didn't think that I had to let go of it, until quite recently I found something that helped me hold on to it a little longer, and that is, the silver lining that I mentioned earlier. Any chances I can get to be able to travel again, it's really motivating for me. I don't really have another word to describe it. I think I would have done a lot better if the pandemic wasn't progressing for the worse. If there are non-Vietnamese viewers out there, Vietnam is currently battling with, I think, our third surge, maybe fourth. I don't really keep track of this because numbers scare me and I don't want to have any more panic attacks. That was horrible. It's not like we're going into total lockdown. It's just that I've been staying at home for a week, maybe two now. Usually I would go out to attend meetings with people from Saigon Hot Pot, the nonprofit organization that I'm a part of. Now we can't even do that anymore. We can't even have meetings in person because of the pandemic. It's really taking a toll on my mental health. Anyways, it's scary for me because the time off that I get for myself, I usually spend it doing something so that I don't have to think about my current situation. This got depressing, didn't it? I hope you find this video relatable to some point. Don't be too hard on yourself because this pandemic has changed our lives. I can't believe I'm saying this, but I'm saying this to anyone who's watching this video and to myself at this moment too, is that there is always a silver lining if you look hard enough. You just need to be brave enough to accept it. Oh, by the way, I haven't told anyone that I'm going to stay in Vietnam until I got my bachelor's degree, but this video is going to announce that. So, hello Saigon Hot Pot, I'm going to be more committed than I expected. I know that this video is not like my usual videos, not that I put out a lot of videos, by the way, but it is a reminder that everyone is struggling. Nothing is perfect. No one is perfect. The persona that you see on social media is not the real one. I understand that it takes a lot of courage to be vulnerable on social media because you're always so afraid of others' opinions of you. But you know, it's high time you shouldn't, unless it's constructive. You just need to be able to enjoy your life without affecting other people's well-being. That's it for now. I know that I promised to be more consistent with my posting. I even bought myself a journal and made sure that I put out videos once or twice every month, but I'm not even doing that, and it's been a while since I last posted. There you have it. It is what it is. Bye. I'm gonna finish my coffee now.